our synthetic ally, Site Synth. Synthetic ally, Site Synth. Unfortunately, no more Emery Tate. R.I.P. Emery Tate. It would not be allowed to notate while playing this like game or doing this task on Human Benchmark. Writing down the words would not be allowed, or at least it would be against the spirit of this game or this challenge or task. Well, and or challenge and or task. Well, anyway, writing down the words would be against the spirit of this challenge, task, game, task, challenge. Okay. Unshipped. What do we say about this word? What do we say? Unpiped? Shun piped? Oh, we have Ed again. What do we say about this word? Shun the pipe. D. Shun piped. What do we say? Sun hipped. I imagine like someone like sun like doing like a hip thing. Sun like dancing around doing a hip thing. I did like someone named Hun sipped. He sipped on the water, or sipped on something else, or sipped on like whatever. Or you shun the piped, or you shun the ipped. Who's the ipped? Like Ippy1 on ICC? On the old ICC, like Dina Polito's username, Ippy1. Did you shun him? I'm not saying anything against Dina Polito, by the way. I don't mean to say anything against Dina Polito. Or on. So shun the ipped. Sun doing the hipped. Sun hipped. There are lots of people named Sun, by the way. And they all doing the hipped. Unshipped. Sun hipped. Yeah. Shun ipped. Shun piped. Shun piped. Sun hipped. Unshipped. Sun hipped. Down trends. Not what I want. I want to keep getting these right. I do want to keep getting these right. Okay, so what do I say about this word? What do I say about this word? SN is the chemical formula, or the chemical symbol in the periodic table for tin. What can I say about this word? Down, doing the down trends. Seems like something. Down, the down trends. But how do I remember the plural here? Dow is on the downtrend. How about nest? N-E-S-T. We have rest, R-E-S-T. So if we have nest, nest the Dow in the turned. Or in the earned, in the DNR. Who's DNR? R&D. R&D. Oh, R&D, research and development. Oh, so nest the DAO in research and development. Perfect. Nest DAO in R&D, research and development. Nest the DAO in research and development. Works. Okay. Frontispiece or frontispice. What was that? Oh, Spanish spice. Is there a Spanish? There's Spanish spice named Fronti, Fronti. Is that a Spanish spice? Espanol spice, Fronti. I don't know. Fronti. We can make pretend that it is. I front Spanish spice. I front spice Spanish. Or I see. What else can I say? I see. I front. PC. PCs. I front PCs. I see. That's something. But how would I know that's like PCs? Like multiple PCs? I guess it would make sense, right? Like I front PCs I see. Okay, it's new. So this one's new. I'm gonna take a quick trip to the bathroom again. Alright, so yeah, like I said, I think this word is new. As I said before I went. Like I think around around like 10 minutes or so. Looking at the time, I'm gonna have to just sorry, but like briefly the iPhone camera is probably gonna go out because I'm gonna need to um my dad usually picks me up from this office and usually not later than around like 1:15 or so. So just tell him that I'm not gonna be ready to leave if things go my way for some time. And maybe ask him to bring some food. Alright, okay. Anyway, so I said I front um spice I front Spanish spice or I front PCs I see. So PCs I see. I front them. I front them. Fronty species. Oh, I got a work table right here. What to say about this word? Like tab, a work tab, like this tab up there. Like this human benchmark tab. Maybe it's like a work tab if you want to consider this work. Or if this is considered work rather. So you can also have a work table to try to figure out the Beal conjecture and actually make money with that. If you can actually figure it out. Like either prove it or disprove it. You have a teal table for work. You have a row. You have a row of oh, you have a row of beaks. We don't have plural here in this, so maybe I shouldn't mess with that. A beak row of TL. Remember I was talking about TL. Nicholas Theodorus, like what was likely Nicholas Theodorus' account. So you have like a row of TL beak, a beak TL row, a beak TL row. This is a work table. This is a work table. Would you like to find? Would you like to try to solve Beal's conjecture with it? Would you like a teal table to work at? Another kind of inappropriate word. So, maybe let's look at the word king and like COC. What? So maybe like how do you like don't do cocaine. No matter if you're the king or anyone else, don't do cocaine. No matter how cocky you are, don't take cocaine. You drink gin if you want, but don't take cocaine. I'm also anti-alcohol, but anyway. I move that kin. It's like wants to abstain from alcohol. At least myself as a person in general. What do you think, the kin of ink or the kin of the king? Don't take cocaine, no matter who you are. That's serious, like don't take cocaine, no matter who you are. Whether you're the king or anyone else. Don't take cocaine, whether you're king or anyone else. Whether you're king or anyone else, don't take cocaine. I said that many times and I mean it. Exactly as I said it. In terms of exactly in the words that I used. Exactly the words that I used. I mean them. Don't take cocaine, no matter if you're king or anyone else. I've been doing this for a long time. This gameplay. What else can I say about this word? Gone for time L. Got the word gin in here again, the word tin. Got MIT in here. Lot me gin. I'm not drinking gin. But I guess that would be an image. Lot me gin. Lot me gin. Lot me gin. It would be an unusual image, a very unusual image, given that I don't drink alcohol. Okay, this word I saw, I said something about strep. Something very weird here. Something about strep throat. Boo, strep, Risley. I don't know what I said. Boss. No, it wouldn't be boss. I use the word strap. Oh, body odor, strep. Sly, what? No, it wasn't body odor for this one. Body odor was a different one. Body odor was like BO and something. Like started with BO. I don't remember what I said about this one. Like Jim Lee. Rouse. Alright, well, let's just see. Body odor is a Rouse on Lee. I think Rouse is like a trick or something, or even if it isn't, we'll say it is. I mean, I saw this word before. Like, bore. Yeah, I mean, I'm using like body odor, strep, Rouse on Molten Lee. Anyway, this one I talked about like a senile S, or like Lynn sees everything in the middle, but then is it a sin to see? Is it an L to see sin? But I said nothing against people. I said like I clarified nothing against people named Lynn. Nothing against people named Lynn. Nothing against people named Lynn. And so this word, and then I do text. Okay, so like texting my dad. So this word. You know, well, it's a group. They're texting my parents, but anyway. What do I say about this word salvation? Just say that I've seen it before every time I get it, and that's my salvation. I get an extra point on my score. And there's ALS disease again. It's It's a very unfortunate disease. Very unfortunate disease. Lion. Savat. Vasat. Tavas. Savat. Lion. Shabbat, I think, is a real religious thing in Judaism. Savat, I guess, could be like a sound alike. You have a vat, a lion has a vat. A vat is like some kind of a tank. A vat is a lion, so you have like a lion-shaped vat. All right, a vat as lion. Okay, it's new, and I'm gonna do the texting to my parents now. So the dual camera's probably gonna go out. The dual camera is hopefully back now. And I guess maybe I'll check OBS once I get back to the laptop. Did it just go out again? I don't know. Trying to put it back on the stand. That's difficult. Hopefully it's still showing it. Let me see. Is it working? Yeah. Yeah, it's not frozen. Okay. Alright, okay. So this one's new. I talked about a vat as lion, like a vat shaped like a lion. This one I talked about. This one where this one where it's like, oh, bot seriously, boy. And I was like, do not cheat. And he said, like, play seriously against the bots. I wanted to mark up my score. See, in the park. Try to hustle people, maybe. We have Elmo, Pets, C, M, and N. And the trifecta complements itself, each Elmo complementing the other two. Each Elmo complements the others quite nicely. Chancelleries, cherries, and salt cherries, and sell cherries. Alright, cherries. Alright, maybe you want to sell cherries like SELL as opposed to CELL we have here. AN sell cherries as opposed to MSO. NSO. MSO is some kind of like a cellular data thing, like AT&T. And so here we would have NSO, so ANSO cherries. What else can I say about this word? Okay, so I was talking about using SELL. Sell rice. Sell rice. Each cane sell rice. Chain sell rice. CHANE. Cane H sell rice. Alright, I guess that's something. Cane H sell rice. Chancelleries. Cherries and sell cherries. And sell. And sell cherries. Maybe. Well, I don't think I'm gonna eat a casserole, though maybe I will, but he said that maybe, they could bring some food, my parents. That's what I said. That was part of what I said in the text. What can I say about this word? Casserole. You could play a role as a casserole. I know there's a bad word inside this word, by the way. I am aware of that. You can also say that there's a name like Cass, There's like this secret series. One of the main characters was named Cassandra, and Cass was her nickname. So Cass is a name, even if it may sound inappropriate. It wasn't really on like a mature shelf. This set of books. As far as I know, at least. Anyway, I guess you could have the soul of Eric Rosen's foot. Or the soul of his sacrifice. You could have the soul of Eric Rosen's sacrifice. The soul of it. So, like, he can pick up the piece that he sacrificed or something like that and, like, show you, like, the felt on the bottom. And you can have that felt. Like, the felt that, like protects the weights inside the piece. And he says, "Oh no, my queen." You can have the felt from that queen. You can have the soul of Eric Rosen sacrificed piece. Okay. Yeah. That's a casserole for you. That's what a casserole is. The soul of Eric Rosen's sacrificed piece. That's what a casserole really is. It's a new casserole. In the future, in this gameplay, it'll be a scene casserole. Alright. What do you do to a peach? Impeach it. I'm a peach. It says bleh. I'm a peach. It says lib. What else to say about this word? What do you do to a peach? You impeach it. If it's impeachable, you impeach the peach. Or how the pea may ache, or how the imp may ache at the impeachable peach. How the imp may ache at the impeachable peach. If only each imp was able to impeach each peach. Impeachable. Each imp is able to impeach the peach. Alright, so how many Y's do we have here? 2 Y's for coal. Am I 2 Y's for coal? I don't know who coal is in this context. COL, OLC, LOC, CLO, YY Clo, 2 Y's Clo. We consider Chloe a nickname for Chloe and say that she's 2 Y's. Or am I 2 Y's for her? There's no I in here. Only a letter that could look like an uppercase I, but it's really an L. Or Cloy. Like some version of a decoy. Oi. I don't know. Cly oi. Yo. Yo. Cly. YY. LCO. 2 Y's for LCO, whatever LCO is. LCO, it sounds a little bit like LCD or ECO, so it sounds like maybe something sophisticated, but maybe I'm too wise for it. After all, it's just LCO, and who knows what that even is. 2 Y's for LCO. 2 Y's LCO. Maybe LCO is 2 Y's, and maybe it's just really, really like sophisticated. It's just 2 Y's for like any other entity in the universe. LCO, 2 Y's. Coily. Who's that even? Well, anyway, oily coily. And this one I saw, I talked about body odor and strep with a rouse on Multunley. Attractants. I guess they're attracted to each other. Attractants, like a positive magnet and a negative magnet. Magnets that attract each other, positive and negative. What can we say about this word? So we could have like a AAA battery. So place it correctly to the attractants or on the same around the same place. What else to say about this word? Cat. You have cat attractants. You have the AAA batteries. You have the double T. Are the T's attracted to each other? We got 4 T's in here. These ones are more attracted to each other than these ones are. And then these ones are to these. You're like a Saint, Nat, Car, TTA. You have a rat. Where's the rat at? Rat is at the cat and Saint Anne. The rat is at the cat with Saint Anne. The attractants, the AAA batteries, make sure that the attractants are placed where they're like next to each other, near each other. These TTs are more attracted to each other than these are, and then these are to these. Alright. Shy Eric Rosens. Eric Rosen shouldn't be that shy because, he's like engaging with lots of people on his stream. So I wouldn't expect him to be very shy. But Eric Rosen S. he might be kind of shy. I don't know him. I also don't really know Eric Rosen. I've played him before online. What else can I say here? You can talk about Roy and like SHS. Maybe like the SHS palindrome secretly existing in every slice of rye bread you can find. Maybe it does. How would you know it doesn't? I have the word she and then rye s. So maybe you have like a she who's named Rye S, like Ryan S. Also have the name Hess, or you have like Rye Hess. Is Ryan Hess shy? I don't know. I don't know if there's anyone actually named Ryan Hess. But maybe now there's a fictional character named Rye Hess, thanks to the fact that I got the word Shires in this gameplay, or in this run of playing this, or this challenge or this task. Rye Hess, new fictional character. I don't know if there's anyone named Rye Hess right now. There could be. Or Ryan Hess. There could be at least one Ryan Hess out there in the world. No offense to Ryan Hess if there is at least one Ryan Hess out there in the world, by the way. I just inserted that by the way. That by the way should probably have been placed in a different spot in that sentence. But anyway, no offense to any Ryan Hess in this world, if there exists any Ryan Hess or multiple Ryan Hesses in this world. So we got the Elo again. We put the Elos. We put the soul. Well, Elos and soul are backwards. Soul put soul. Top. Soul. There's also lose. Wait, Elos has like the word lose, and as an anagram, put lose. Pet. Soul. Could you pet your own soul? Is that what you do when you give yourself a pat on the back? Pet your own soul. Tupelos. The Elos of put. Put the Elos. Pet your soul. Sounds nice. P stole. PU could stand for Princeton University. It could also just be PU. And did you stole? The PU stole? I don't know. Tupelos. Pet soul. Alright, we got Ed in the room, and we got the letter G and Ed in the room where Ed is. Ed in the room with the G. This one I talked about. What did I talk about with this one? I talked about like the mind of like oi or hoy, the mind, and talked about like I don't know. I don't know what I talked about with this one. It was like the id of or like I know I saw this one, but like I don't remember exactly what I said. My honed or something, or mini dough. Let's do mini dough for now. Mini dough. That sounds like a nice image, right? Mini dough. Mini dough. A mini dough. Yes, I saw this one. I said Ted and Tim and Manu, and maybe they went to MIT. This one I talked about Ned O'Coco. This one I talked about Eric Rosen with his beak, having a beak, and I talked about breaking E. Eric Rosen using his beak to break E. Okay, so this one. Okay, so we have something a little bit different here. Before we had something about pizza, but we didn't have. It wasn't pizzazz. It was something else. We're like, it was like pizza this way or something else. This one is just pizzazz, and the other one was like it was something about liking or IZZ. Do I IZZ or pal ZZ or pal? Do we I or pal ZZ? That was the other one. This one is just pizzazz. So just say you've seen it once in the future and then just add some pizzazz to my score, I guess. It's got 4 Z's in it. Pia, like, is Pia cramming like fast asleep with 4 Z's coming from her head? Maybe she's fast asleep. If any, in any case, we say new, and then every time we see this word again, we say seen, and we add some pizzazz to my score, to our score here. Lop. Lop, 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 lop. Okay. So we got an O in the middle, like lopped between the L and the P. LMNOP. So the M and N are missing. It's just lop. No Minnesota, just lop. Just a lop on my lap. It's like an O on my lap, just lopped in the middle of the L and the P, lop. Or you have like a pole without an E. Like just like a pole without an E, no L, just like Paul. You have like OOP, Alp. But anyway, the Minnesota was missing. Otherwise, we would have consecutive letters here. Instead, we just have lop. The O in the middle of the L and the P. Of the L and the P, and every letter is in alphabetical order here. Admittance. Again, we have the MIT here, and we have the add here. And what else do we have here? We have tan, a color and a name. We have and, that's a word. What else do we have here? We have can, that's a word. We have can't, which has multiple meanings, depending on if there's an apostrophe. Tim can't. Tim can't what? Deal. We're talking like your deal, like chess.com. User your deal. GM there. Mead. MEAD. Looks like alcoholic beverage. Admittance. Like admitted into MIT or not. Or an ad that claims that you will be and then you don't. False advertising or just a game of chance in the end. Like a tance or dance. Or dance of a mitten. Or a middle. Dance with a middle. Damn it. Not I try to not use like too much like foul language here, but anyway. Like a mitt. Like a mitten. Dancing. I don't know, like imagine the dancing mitt. You want to imagine Mittens the cat bot dancing. That could be, Mittens dancing. Mittens dancing. Mitten dancing like a sports mitten dancing around on its own. Because that's what those mittens do these days, right? That's what those clothes do. That's what those mittens do. They dance around on their own. A mitt dance. An ad for MIT. An ad for Tenjong-Yi. Amid all the tants of tea. A maid named TT eating some cane sugar. Icky. Icy K. A K in the middle of an icy road. What does that mean? Maybe it's the shape of the snow and the icy road. There's like a K in the icy road. A K in it. Icky K. Is it really that icky though? Well, it could be icky to drive over that K. That could be quite icky indeed. Icky indeed. Icky, 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 icky. Alright. Stemmers. Steers the M&M. Who steers the M&M? Steer it inside your mouth. Yeah, I don't have M&Ms here to eat either. REM sleep. If you study STEM, then you'll learn about REM sleep. Maybe you will. Are they STEMmers, the ones who study STEM and learn about REM sleep? REM-S. REM sleep. Anyway, we understand. What were we saying about the middle of this? Oh yeah, the M&M steers the M&Ms. Maybe that's what the stemmers really do. All of them. Each one steers an M&M. Each stemmer steers an M&M inside their mouth. Is it a tasty M&M? They would know. I don't have any M&Ms here. Right, this one I said something about like tinter color with color having the U. Like in the British spelling, I also said intert color. Again, the color having the U. This one I said, if you robotize it, do I still have the zing if I'm a robot? If I'm robotized, do I have the zing of a robot? Well, actually, I don't really, and who does? Alright. What can we say about this word? So, what can we say about this word? Come on. Rid of. Or we could say like aroma. Oh, aroma. Oh, Sid aroma. Oh, okay. Well, does Sid have an aroma? Does someone named Siddharth, nicknamed Sid, have an aroma? And maybe he does. Maybe he does. Sid being like a male name, I assume. So I'm assuming I'm referring to a male here when I ask if Sid has an aroma. Sid aroma. Dioramas. Sid aroma. Can I also ask about like Idoramas? Like with Dora somehow? With my mother? some kind of version of my mother also, like some moths, like multiple mothers, like one is real and the others are like imaginary. Just like Dora is a fictional character. I'm a real person. Dioramas. Sid Aroma. Sid Aroma. Right, I talked about Lin C being in the middle sees all, but is it an L to see sin? And like I said, nothing against anyone named Lin. This one I said, talked about the waste and ing. And I said something about me on the swing. Oh yeah, I said what T on the swing, something like that. Or I at swing, that's what I said. This one I said an athlete lets the heat and gets sweaty. Let heat. An athlete lets the heat and gets sweaty. This one I said something about don't hit Hagley. Right, don't hit Hagley. That's what I said about this one. Don't hit Hagley. That was at least something that I said about this one. I also like the word thigh. This one again, I was talking about her lie, and then the oh no, this is a different one though. This one is the eco hives. So like the hives being part of the ecosystem. This one I was concerned that it might be singular, but I realized that we have the Y's on the list and the id knows the Y's on the list. We have like two lists and then the id knows the Y on one list and blah blah blah, the Y on one list or the list of Y on one list. But we have like the id knows the Y's on the list. Like the Y's. Like the id knows the Y's on the list. Like the id knows the answers, kind of. Or at least kind of. This one I talked about liar D. And I talked about an ad for IRL. Alright. What do we say about this one? So, do not get these wrong. Keep going, do not get it wrong. Keep the streak going, of course. Okay. Juridical. What do I say about this word anyway? How many calories do I burn while I'm doing this task? Rid of Iju. Cord. Cord Joel. Cord JUL. I don't know what that means. Dicel jury. So like a jury with an I is Dicel. Has like 2 calories. Dical. You dials the jury, see. Juric. You laid dial on the C to call the jury with an I. The jury has the I. It says I see the dial. And I laid my finger on the seat to call the jury with the I. That claims that they see that the jury says I have the eye because I see the dial and I see where the evidence is laid. All right, juridical. Friendship. We can have a more platonic type of relationship that doesn't have the inappropriateness implied by a word like wives. Having multiple wives, but you could have multiple wives, just not at the same time. Alright, well, anyway, this word is more platonic. How can we say? Like a fiend? A friend or a fiend? A fiend's hip. A fiend ship. A friend's hip. Alright, I just managed to create some non-platonic stuff with this too. A friend's hip. A fiendship. A IR. What do we say? Like a dire FN ship. So if the friendship is getting dire, then hit FN to right the ship. It's an interesting idea. If the friendship is getting dire, hit FN to right the ship. A fiend ship. Rife and D ship. Rife and D ship. Or if rend ship. Or we can just say friend's hip. You have a friend whose hip is your friend hip. Take a sip of the friendship to find out how hip your friend is. Alright, this one I talked about a number of Asian last names. I talked about Ling, Jing, Jin, and I also talked about the drink Gin. I talked about the drink Gin. I mentioned it, and I also talked about IGIGG Jalen. I guess I had good game against Jalen, and I thought of Jalen Wang there. I have had good games against him. This word I saw, I remember I saw this word. This word was about Eric Rosen doing Eric Rosen toils. I remember that one. I said some other stuff about this word too. Like twan, slur, whatever. Or lot rise. I guess lot rise I didn't say, but that would work too. Anyway, Eric Rosen toils, or does he? Maybe he wants to. Maybe he would want us to think that he does. Just maybe, or maybe, or maybe, or more than maybe. Right, this one I saw, i.e., swine, and I also thought of seen Wii, WII being the Nintendo Wii. I have seen it. I understand that not necessarily has everyone seen it, and it's okay if you haven't. I said that if your mustache gets to be too big, then you must ache because the hair is going into your mouth. The first two letters of the alphabet in alphabetical order, that's it to the word. The ab. Well, really the ab actually has a meaning, but anyway. Alright, so now we've got Heather and Ed. So before we had Heather, and we still have Heather, and now we have Heather and Ed in a relationship, perhaps. Is Ed gonna heat her? I don't know. But I guess they're in a relationship, perhaps. Or they're just next to each other. Heather and Ed. A different Ed than the Ed who's in a relationship with a female named Lee after they volleyed. Or in love with Lee after they volleyed. This is Ed and Heather. Different Ed. Ed doesn't have multiple girlfriends. This one I said hitch Yosi form, and I said some other stuff like I soy form hitch, and yeah, I said some stuff about this one. This one I said something. I said like nothing against Day or against anyone named Day or. What did I say about this one? Maybe I better make sure I get some food into me. They say something about lied. Yeah, but nothing against anyone named Day, not saying that they actually lied. Alright, this one's seen. This one's seen Bob and the Anise and the answer. Not kebabs, nabobs. Synthetic ally site synth. Home on the IRS. This one was like, I said, I don't even remember what I said. Oh yeah, I said like firm AF, like firm AF. You got a rep that's firm AF, I guess, or something like that. Oh, rep for being firm AF in your handshakes. That's right. You you do the handshake before the game. It's like really firm handshake. Maybe not that firm. Not so firm that it's actually assault, but anyway. Right, this one I talked about the revenge banquet, nab 'em, ban 'em. Not necessarily an Eric Rosen banquet, of revenge banquet. Nab 'em, ban 'em, nab 'em, ban 'em, nab 'em, ban 'em at the banquet, nab 'em, ban 'em. Alright. So Ding Liren did say to like play with fire, like when he was talking about when he beat Magnus Carlsen 2-0 in the Singfield Cup 2019 playoff, and he said like to in the second game, even though he had a 1 point lead, like he was black, and he said to like play with fire, like even though it was like play for the win, even though he only needed a draw basically. And so Feu is French for fire, and so we can say ding. We were having like a way of playing with fire, like not in a way of like playing with danger rather, but like more like having a fiery kind of attitude. He's able to have that. It's new. Don't click scene there. It's new. Let me just see what's up if I'm getting food or not. Just unlock this. Not working to unlock it like this, so I have to take it off the thing. So it looks like I will get food. So let me put the camera back on the stand if I can, which I should be able to. I'm sure it's still showing me. Again, this word is new. The chocolate thing and fire. Food being French for fire. Yes, the second camera is not frozen. Or the side camera is not frozen. Okay, so this one I said, Sid aroma. That's one thing I said. Alright, I'm gonna sell a P with a spell. Cast a spell to sell that P. That PP. What else could I say? Pelvius. Just spell the word. Don't take the L. Get it right. That's right. Don't take the L. Get it right. Spell it right. Don't want the double L. Get it right. Get it right. Get it right. Spell it right. Get it right. I actually don't have to spell on here necessarily. Like, the answers don't require me to spell specifically, but I do spell stuff while I'm talking about the words. Sell the P. Cast a spell to sell the P. Cast a spell to make people want to buy the P so you can sell it. After all, who would want to buy just like random urine anyway? Did I just say that? Who would just want to buy random P anyway? It's just the letter P, it's nothing more. Citations. What do we say about this word? The CIA, like someone named TT is Ion. It's ready to like pounce. What is that? What does that mean? The CIA has someone named TT who has ions. And I said ready to pounce for some reason. What do I say? So in is TT to the CIA. So TT is in the CIA. Okay, that makes sense. So TT in CIA. So TT in CIA. Or you could say sun, it, Sita, sun, tit, CIA. Yeah. So TT in CIA. That's citations. And the CIA makes them do their citations. Cite their sources. Maybe. Or just keep everything confidential. Yeah. Don't do weed no matter the dye. Pizzazz, we saw it. Add some pizzazz to my score. Peter Kremlin going ZZZZ. Maybe. But add some pizzazz to my score and click the right answer, which is seen. So when I said something about Day lied, but nothing against anyone named Day. D-U-Y. D-E-Y. All you ding if you want to play more or not. Alluding to the right answer is this word, seen. Do words exist that don't have vowels? I mean, like, what is that? CHM? What is that? A word with no vowels, like literally. Like not a Y, like nothing. CHM. Oh, anyway, you can look that up if you want to. I know it's new. I guess we could talk about it as an abbreviation for chem, which is an abbreviation for chemistry. I mean, CHM looks like something that could come out of like a periodic table as a symbol for an element, right? Like, anyway, CHM, that's our new word. No vowels, just CHM. Chesm, Chesm, Chesm. And there we go, another chess word, files. I used to have the username on what used to be Twitter, Tiles and Files, and I did have the X username, Tiles and Files, and then I changed it to Chenmade Attack. Everyone in the file S, chess doesn't have an S file, just A through H. Lifes, like wifes, lives, as opposed to lives and wives. Now we just have like lifes, lifes, wives. What else to say? What do I say about this? Let me drink some water. Maybe that'll help me. Wives. FIES or SIFE or. Oh, self. Self. Okay. Files. No S file in chess, but self. I'm in the middle of myself. That's fair. Outshines. Outshin Espanol. What does it mean to outshin? To kick them under the table more than they can to you. That's what you do. You see something that's like Spanish. No, I don't advocate that, but anyway. It's an interest. It's no, not interesting. No, it's a wrong image, but it's memorably wrong, is it not? I mean, you kind of get what I'm saying. Like the Spanish opponent outshin them. I don't advocate that. I do not advocate such discrimination. I do not advocate such discrimination. I do not advocate such discrimination. I do not advocate such behavior. That said, it is a rather memorable wrong image. Outshin Espanol. Outshines. You know, if you go out and, the sun shines, you're out in the shine. Out in the shines. Out where it shines. If you go out where it shines. Outshines. Hexing. So what does that mean to do? Like, you're sixing? Like it's six. You're sixing with them. Like, what's that? Hexing. Jinghe. Oh, okay, so like someone who's named like Jinghe or He Jing. That could be like a real name. He Jing, Jinghe. You can have like a hex. It's named ING. Or maybe like you cast a hex on someone to make them drink gin. That would be like abuse, or it would be abuse of the hex. But anyway, I don't think such a hex actually exists, thankfully. He Jing, Jing He. A hex named ING that makes someone drink gin. Thankfully, there exists no such hex. Just He Jing, Jing He. That could be a real person's name or multiple people's real name. Right, this one I said something about like lab. Oh, not. Oh, so Ms. So I said like sphere is PHERE. Ms. Sphere, not Ms. Fear. Ms. Sphere going to the lab. Not Miss Fear, Ms. Sphere. Miss Sphere going to the lab. This is maybe something like that. At least I said the Ms. Sphere thing. Laddie. Don't want the lad to die. Don't want the lad to die. A deal with the id could make someone maybe act in a more wise way. A deal with one's own id may make someone act in a less egotistical way, and maybe in a more objective way, in a more reasoned way, in a more rational way. We do not want the lad to die, regardless of the lad's id, and regardless of the lad's ego. Okay, Autumn's. I mean, just having a great ego or a certain ego or certain id doesn't mean that we want the lad to die. Just the way the lad's id and ego are is by no means any reason why we should want the lad to die, to actually die, even if the lad would need some help with some maybe, coping with how their brain is or how the lad's brain is. That does not mean that we would want the lad to die at all. So autumns. We have a man nuts. A man who's nuts. No, we don't. We have a mullah who's nuts. Uma nuts. Is Uma Thurman nuts? I am not sure that she is, but for purposes of this word, we could maybe claim that she is. Uma nuts. Or does Uma stun you? Maybe both. And maybe not just in the autumns either. Uma nuts, Uma stun, and not necessarily just in the autumns. Instarred. So Uma starred maybe in some movies, but what about instarred? Like in which ones? What does that even mean? Like instarred? Or Insta? Like Instagram. Maybe like a red R on Instagram. That's what you see. Maybe the R in Instagram is red. But there's no R in Insta. True. Oh, a red R on Insta. Starred in what? What did the R star? I don't know. Maybe just like the R. Traumato. So like traumatic, but like stuff that creates a traumatic experience, just like traumata. I know it's new. I wonder if my father's actually out if my dad's actually outside with food. And like because I used his key to get into this place because I had taken my own from home. Let's say about this word. I'll go outside soon to check. Tormat. UAAU. Matt Rado or Arado. T. We don't have an I for TR here. Oh, we have ATM, like Matt. Letters of Matt. We have Art. At Art. At a Mu Art, like Museum of Art, but just Mu Art. At a Mu Art. Art at a. Art at a. A art at A art at At a Mu Art. At a Mu Art. Art. A art at Alright, it's new. Let me go outside and check. Let me also go to the bathroom. I didn't find him out there. I do want to see what's up with my food, so I'm going to check the texts. For the bathroom, maybe I'll go a little bit later, like after the food is delivered. Alright. Okay. So like I said, this word is new. And make sure that both cameras are both cameras unfrozen. Alright, okay, so it is recording my sound, right? It should be, yeah. Alright, okay, so this one's new. I talked about like art at and I talked about a like at a mu art, like at a museum of art, but just mu art instead of museum of art. Okay, clotted. So does Ted have a clot? I would hope not, but I guess maybe he does. Maybe he does. We would hope he doesn't. We would hope he doesn't. What to say else about this word? What else to say about this word? A lot of Ted C. There probably are a lot of Ted C. People named Ted C. in this world. Yeah, there probably are a lot of people named Ted C. in this world. What else can I say about this word? You have Eastern Time, dot. You have TD, tournament director, and Clute, or an E-clot, or a Toves, Tove seal. Dogs, ECO. Anyway, does Ted have a clot? We hope not, but we don't know for sure. There probably are a lot of people named Ted C in this world. I mean, this one I saw don't want to resign against Lee, including Ed wouldn't want to. I talked about SIG and if we would need someone from there to help us against Molten Lee, like to help us get better, to be able to do better against Molten Lee. I guess Ned would also not want to resign against Molten Lee, but that would reuse the N here. So we're saying Ed wouldn't want to resign against Lee, nor would anyone else want to, like before the games, like want to do that just in general. I mean, that's what I mean. I don't mean like once you're already in a position where we would resign, or where the player would resign, or the player, given who the player is, would resign there. I mean, like in general, we don't want to resign against Molten Lee or anyone else. We don't want to resign against someone or against any player, just in general. We don't want to lose. And Ed doesn't want to lose either. And neither does Lee. This one I talked about, there's the word die, and I also talked about don't hit Hagley. This one I talked about Ms. Sphere and the lab. This one I talked about something about quit. He said that something about, oh yeah, I said Eric Rosen quit cease. So when I talked about Eric Rosen's beak breaking E. Eric Rosen's beak break E. This one, what do we say about exemptions? Tinso executable file. P. pinned to exam. PXM. Oh, P. Right? So it's not Sirius XM, it's PXM. MX is also an abbreviation for Mexico. PXM. Sit on PXM. Sit on PXM. Okay, you get exemptions to do that? Sure. You get exemptions to sit on PXM. This one I said, can't remember what I said here. Oh, I said slate dice. Oh, great. Thick spa. Did you spat out the HIC juice? I spat it out. Maybe I did. I hear chatting with PS. Chat. I chat PS. I chat PS. Spat out HIC. A thick spa. But but actually not that thick because there's just a C there. Not even a K, let alone another C. I see spath. I see paths. Ooh. I see paths to the spa where I spat out the HIC. I chat with PS. I chat with peace. Oh, I chat with peace. Okay. I chat peace. I chat peas. Do I chat while I have peas in my mouth? Alright, I said that the ripe Siegen could have a piercing effect. Alright. What do we say about this word depictions? What do I say? What do I say? What do I say? What do I say about this word depictions? Depictions. What do I say about this word? Okay, what do I say? 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 Pick. So like pictures. That's like kind of what depictions do. Make some pictures. A pic of some pics of some into D. What else? Like a PC diet of ions. Wow. You have a PC be on a diet of ions. The PC only eats ions. That is an interesting idea. The PC being on a diet of ions. Right, so I was talking about like something with like a laggers thing, but like it's not. And like Eric. Oh yeah, I was talking about Eric Rosen lags. I said like he probably doesn't, but like I pretend that he does. Sure. Right, this was the one I almost got wrong when I couldn't remember that I had asked if it cost more for an inn or for Molton Lee to kill the ant, to like fly him into to stomp that ant, because I didn't want to do it myself, right? So, which would cost more, stay at an inn, or which would cost more, the inn or having Lee kill the ant for me, flying him in so he could kill the ant for me. Stop that ant! Because I didn't feel like doing it myself, did I? Alright, I talked about like a Visa with a K, and I talked about like an Avis car in the shape of a K, which would be like ridiculous. I said that if your mustache is too big, then you must eat because the hairs are getting into your mouth. I said something about like legit as legit lures. Legit as lures. I said something like that. I said there's no S file in chess, just A through H. I said lives like wives, like instead of lives and wives. And I said that I is in self, which is fair. Anti-rational. What would that be? It's not irrational, it's anti-rational. So it's like, instead of like, I are rational, like irrational, instead you have an and making it like, so irrational? Wait, so then that means that I am rational, and so is the ant. The ant made me rational. Because I just kill it. Why do I need to fly Molten Lee in here to kill it? I just kill the ant myself. And so, that is a very rational thing to do. Don't find Molten Lee in to kill the ant. Stamp that ant myself. That's right, the ant made me rational. Ant is that makes I rational. I'm rational thanks to the ant. That's what it means to be anti-rational, right? Alright, okay. Not irrational, it's anti-rational. The ant makes me rational. Is the ant rational? I don't know. Maybe the ant shouldn't have been here in the first place to get stamped by me. That stamp was definitely not inaudible. So like he used the abbreviation for in the periodic table for gold. And what else? Bled. I bled in gold. Oh, I wouldn't want to bleed. I bled in gold. Would that mean I lost all my gold? That would be bad. These are like gold colored buttons. Seen and new. I don't want to lose them. I want to keep going in this game. Or in this test, as it's called. I guess further down. I went further down by accident. I don't want to bleed with gold. I don't want to bleed in gold. And I don't want to be inaudible either. I want you to be able to hear me. And you can hear that stamp. Crinkle. Yeah, that crinkle better be inaudible. Like when if someone wants to crinkle their wrapper in the tournament room, you better be inaudible. What could I say? Ink, lure, CRLE, ink. Or link the C, the E, and the R with ink. Link them with ink. Or in a skating rink. Clink. Oh, reclink. There's our anagram. Reclink. So so right now it's new, and then each time in the future we'll have seen it. So reclink, reclink, reclink. We've seen it in reclink. We've seen it reclink. We've seen it reclink. Crinkle, crinkle, reclink. Crinkle, reclink. Crinkle, reclink. Clinkle, ooh, clinkle, crinkle, reclink, crinkle, reclink, crinkle, reclink. You need to crinkle and then you reclink and you make some more sound, and it better be inaudible if you do it in the tournament room. Excoriates. So what does that mean? Like, you make them so they're not Cory anymore? They just eat instead. I think my dad's here with the food. I'll just go up, get up and get it.
If you want to take your Uber home, I can give you the house key.
Oh, you can give me that. I'll just put it there.
Yeah, you have everything you need.
I think so.
Yeah, there's water in there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because the vending machine, we don't have dollar bills for it, so.
Well, I probably do it anyway.
Okay, well, anyway, you have that water. Okay.
Should the door be locked or like?
What?
Should the door be locked or? Alright, I can eat a bit later. But anyway. Alright, so this word excoriates. So, what do we think about this word? So, eat. Oh, eat and sir. Okay. So, sir, eat. Exco. Co-ex. Exco. What did Sir eat? Sir ate Exco. Does that make any sense? Oh, Eco X. Okay, that would actually make some sense. So, Sir ate Eco X. So, like some ecological thing that like is like has X for some reason. That doesn't mean that has to be bad or anything bad for you. It could just be like some like it's a non-meat. It's an ecological meat. So instead of like it's like a meat substitute. That's what Sir ate, a meat substitute like Eco X. It sounds reasonable enough. I'm not saying that meat substitutes are necessarily good for you or that they're necessarily ecologically friendly, but maybe they are. Maybe. At least maybe some people would say they are anyway. At least the companies trying to sell them maybe would say that they are. The meat substitutes. Brawlers. Like bullet brawlers. So, roar like Ben Feingold. Roar. It's like R-E-W-R. Roar. As opposed to like the Joseph Truelson. Roar. So I can also say like raw and like war is raw backwards. I don't advocate war and like physical violence, but war is raw backwards. What else do I say about this word? So we have like the word ale in here. It's like beer or some kind of alcohol. We have sail and we have sailor. I don't know why I feel like I hear these noises like steps. Anyway. Yeah, so those brawlers, not crawlers. What is that noise? I don't know. I don't mean like the birds chirping, I mean like those like footsteps kind of stuff. I'll go to the bathroom soon, but anyway. What else to say about this word? Roar, and you're in the brawl, and you go roar, roar. Brawlers go roar, roar, roar. The bass. Oh, the bass. Oh, almost. Bass. The labs. You have labs going roar. No, you have I don't know, a slew of. I don't know. A slew and a bar. You should have the word bra here too. Be raw. Be roar. Oh, be roar. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Be roar. Bass. Roller. I don't know. Bars. Roar. Roar. ERAs, earned run average in baseball. Pitching. A statistic for pitchers. How many runs they've given up on average per inning, I guess. Or something like that. Or maybe per game, or I don't know. Like per inning or something, or per game, or whatever. Or maybe not whatever to some people, but anyway. What do we say about this word? Laws in here. Oh, like, but we don't have like beers law. Alright, brawlers go roar, 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 roars, 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 and the bell goes roars, and the ball, and the bell, and the roars, and the roars, and the brawlers, and the roars. Okay, this one I said like there's like the FY Tut, sorry King Tut, but I'm using you in my quest to achieve like a high score that I really want. I'm using you, King Tut. Sorry, FY Tut. Sorry, King Tut. Sorry, King Tut. Sorry, King Tut. Sorry, King Tut. And this was another one where I was a little concerned that I was gonna get it wrong. I've seen it before in this test or gameplay or test. And I was talking about like SG and STS, like the palindrome there in SG. Shots. So it's new. I think on this one I'm gonna go to the bathroom. It's new. So SOS or hot SS. And the SS harkens back to Nazi times. SS was not a good kind of hot, that's for sure. People might want to call SOS if the SS was near. People may very much wanted to. People may have very much wanted to. It's a serious thing and not something to take shots over, that's for sure. Not something to take shots over, that's for sure. It's a very serious thing. I think we can remember. Well, it's not something to take shots over. Not a good kind of hot SS. SOS needed. Alright, so it's new. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, get a chance to rinse my hands, and probably eat something, and then I'll continue with this. Okay, so I'm back. Again, this word is new, I think. I'm going to eat a bit before I continue, though. Alright, I didn't eat everything, but I had some cabbage, so. Alright, okay. Like I said, SS is a very bad form of hot. If it would even be considered hot, thinking of the SSs from Hitler's time, from the Nazi era, but then people would have probably wanted to call SOS. At least some people would have, if the SS was near. The SS being a very serious problem and not something to be taking shots over.